We are assembled here merely to remind ourselves that 65 years ago, Nigeria regained our independence, or we are assembled here to do all those, but also to ask difficult and uncomfortable questions. You know, when we talk about Africa, we must also and always remind ourselves that the Africa we are talking about is an Africa that is divided into 54 artificial nations. Some say 55. Some even say 56. Some even say more. But we must remember that as this club was being established in 1943, and the chairman has already said that it was the ground upon which courage was incubated. I want all of you who are present here to remember what the men and women who are assembled here were thinking about in those days when not every Nigerian could be allowed in these places. In those days when Africans were considered to be children of a lesser God. In those days when the British were quick to remind us that we were different because we were Hausa, because we were Fulani, because we were Yoruba, because we were Igbo, because we are Kalabari, and they were sowing the seeds of discord that even when we regained our independence, we would not last for too long. We must ask ourselves what was going on in their minds. And those of you who are students of history will remember in 1945 in Manchester, in the United Kingdom, when Africans in the continent and those in the diaspora met for the first time and were talking about Pan-Africanism, Nigeria was ably represented in that forum by Obafemi Awolowo. And if you remember what he, among others, said during that period, he was reminding us that once we regained our independence in and of itself was not sufficient. Independence was only going to be the beginning. The question is, did we begin well? Are we running well? Is there a promise for all of us? Is there something to celebrate or something to shout home about? These are the questions that must reside in our minds and in our hearts today.